This video is brought to you by A12 Productions. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to enjoy the videos. Also, please try and comment and rate the videos. Thank you. Hey guys, Asip here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 10. In this tutorial we're just going to be covering the switch statement in C++, of course. So just open up your compiler and you can type this code in as we go along. You don't have to type this bit in though. I'll just cover this quickly though. So basically, first of all, include the IO stream because we're going to be outputting some stuff, and then you just need the int main and open main. And basically, what this is the default setup of a switch statement. So first we have to type the keyword switch, and then two parentheses, and inside the parentheses we're going to type the value to check. Now okay, I might as well do that now. Basically what a switch statement is it's kind of like a bunch of ifs, sort of like a bunch of ifs stuck in one thing. And so that's why I'm saying check here, because as I said, switch is like a bunch of ifs, so we're checking whatever the value to check is. Now, to check the value, we just have to type case, and then the value we want to check, inside the value to check. I know it's kind of getting a bit complicated, but basically what's happening here is we're searching for value 1 inside value to check. And then you can have as many cases as you want. And before I cover that, if this value 1 comes up true, then you execute this statement, and you also execute this statement, but we don't want to cover that just yet. And so we can check value 1. If it's not true, it will skip to value 2, and if that's not true, then it goes to default, but also we're not going to cover the default quite yet either. Okay, so here we've just set up a basic switch statement. We've declared a variable n with a value of 5, and we've just typed switch, two parentheses, and then n, because we want to switch the value n. We want to check the value n. And here we've typed case, and then the value we want to check, and the value we want to check for inside the value to check. So what we're doing here is we're checking 1 for 1 inside n. And clearly we can see, because n is 5, 1 will not be in n. So then it will go on. It will pass this because that's not true. Next case we have case and then 5. So now it's checking to see if 5 is in n. And what do you know? 5 is in n. So what we can predict is going to happen is it's going to output 5. Okay, and if we just run this, we can see. Let me just bring this down here. It says it's 5. Okay, and that's what would be outputted if it was 5. Okay, but there's one tiny problem. It says it's 10 as well, and that's because once we find a correct value, it will say, okay, that's correct, I'm going to execute this code. But there's nothing saying, okay, you've executed this code, now stop checking through all the others. And I actually said check. It doesn't actually check. If case 5 is right, what will happen is it will execute this code, and then nothing's telling it to stop this switch statement, so it will continue and output this. It will output its 10. That's why it's putting its 5 and its 10. Just as an example to prove my point, although I'm sure you will believe me, I'm going to change that to 1, and now we can predict what's going to happen. It's going to say it's 1, it's 5, and it's 10, all in a row. And if I run this, as you can see, it said it's 1, it's 5, it's 10. So how do we solve this problem? Well, we're missing out something here, which is in here. And what are we missing out? It's that break statement. So if we just go down, here we've got exactly the same thing, but we've put break statements in all the cases. So now I'll first run through it. So we're declaring a variable f with a value of 5, Is 1 inside F? No, so it's not going to execute that. Is 5 inside F? Yes. So now it's going to execute this, and then it's going to hit the break statement. And what the break statement does is it breaks out of whatever curly braces it's in. We can use this in many places actually. I'm going to talk more about the break statement in a later tutorial, but all you need to know for now is that when it hits the break in a switch, it will exit the switch statement. Just coming off of that, let me type something up quickly. Just to demonstrate we can use breaks anywhere, I'm just going to say if 1 is less than 10. And now std count 1 is less than 10. Oops. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a break statement right before that. So theoretically what should happen is, let's just change this back to 5 so we don't get 3 answers outputting, we just get 2. So what should theoretically happen is it's going to output its 5, then it's going to output its 10, then it's going to output 1 is less than 10, then it's going to output, 5, then it's going to output its 5, and then it's going to output whatever this will yield. We're not going to cover that just yet, but we will in a sec. So basically what we're saying is this will be output between this and this. And let's take a look. If we just press the debug, whoops, got an error. Legal break. I don't know why that's happening actually. Does it work if I put it after?